Hey everybody, it's Greg Rice here in the Bucket, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And today we're going to talk about cooperation, however you want to say it, it all means the same thing. And it is mentioned 11 times in the most updated version of the Code of Ethics and Standards of Practice for the National Association of Realtors. It is mentioned throughout the article, which is about 8 pages in different contexts, but the point remains the same. Cooperation is the nexus of all relationships, regardless business, professional, personal. Cooperation is what makes the world go round. And when you don't receive cooperation, especially in business, when it comes to realtors, it creates a bad taste in your mouth, and it also creates bad blood in a very small state, right? Rhode Island's a very small state, and word travels faster than you know. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story that just happened, and it goes something like this. Nexus assisted Jesse Mail, our Worcester franchisee, who is also an investor here at our Rhode Island location. We helped him buy a 6-unit property in West Warwick. Now, we bought the property from a seller who is also a property manager. And ironically, this gentleman was arrested last week for fighting a tenant. We'll put that up on the screen. And ironically, again, doubly, ironic twice, that tenant I actually evicted from my property, my personal property, 3 months ago in Woonsocket. They owe me over $3,000 in back rent. And the woman, she happened to leave her engagement ring behind, which I have. And she called and she says, "Greg, I want my engagement ring. Give it back to me, it's mine." And I said, "No problem. Pay me the back rent and the ring is yours." Haven't heard from her. So in any event, I digress. This gentleman is selling the property to Jesse. He's working with Remax on Main Street in East Greenwich. The transaction is fairly seamless the whole time. Jesse has no demands, right? No inspections. We'll take it as is, where is. Simple. We like to be simple when we help folks buy a property, because it really should be a simple process. It's not rocket science, okay? So it comes down to the wire, and the rent situation, meaning the payments from all the tenants, is up in the air. There's a lot going on. There's partial payments coming in from housing authorities. There's a court date that's happening right before the closing for a stipulation agreement. So we agree to cooperate with the seller post-closing to handle all of the rent collection. Now, this was based on the experience thus far and the trust that the agent, the seller's attorney would be communicative about it and efficient. Obviously, I'm making this video today, so that is not the case. What happened is we closed just over a week or two ago now, and we are waiting for 3 rent payments. 2 that came in from the housing authority, direct deposit to the seller, and 1 that came from a tenant to the seller's Cash App account directly. And I have a receipt and documentation of that from the tenant, because the tenant got a notice from us, said, "Hey, you didn't pay." And she goes, "Yes, I did. I paid Jeff. Here you go." And I said, "You did. I'm sorry about that." So 3 payments, just about between $2,500, $2,600, somewhere in there. So a good chunk of change. We reach out to the seller's attorney, and this is me reaching out, this is Jesse's attorney reaching out, We attached a realtor from Remax, and I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his name was Robbie. I would never say that. We reach out and we say, hey, what's going on with these rents? No response. Okay, a couple days later, again, what's going on? Crickets. All right. And then what was interesting is I said, let me email the realtor on the side, just to kind of, hey, type of thing. April 13th, I say to the realtor, brother, you should be stepping up to help in some way to clean up the rents owed to Jesse. From what I can see, you are taking a back seat, not leaving a good impression. Okay, just being honest with this guy. So he responds, rents should be prorated at closing and collected. Tracking them down after is absolutely not my job. Not his job. So I said, says a lot about your character. That's all we get. So, I understand what he's saying, and I would agree in a normal circumstance. However, this is not a normal circumstance. It requires some extended cooperation because we agreed in good faith to just handle it after the closing for efficiency as to not delay. Okay, and we tried to delay and they wanted money from us, right? Oh, we don't do extensions without money. It's like legal extortion. I would agree in a normal circumstance. This is not a normal circumstance. And what Robbie is doing here is saying, it's not my job, figure it out. Now, is that the right play? It's not. It's the wrong play. It's the wrong play for a variety of reasons. Number one is that code of ethics. The cooperation that exists and must exist to ensure a deal pre and post closing. There's plenty of things I deal with on a daily basis that are not my job, especially when clients leave, right? I'll get an email 3 years later. Hey, Greg, can you send me this ledger? Hey, Greg, can you send me this tenant's lease? Hey, Greg, do you remember? And you get the point. Never once have I said, this is absolutely not my job. Absolutely, too. Adding that. Absolutely. Because it's not how you do business. It's how an immature, rookie, pubescent person does business. Somebody that's money motivated, non-relationship focused. That's how they do business. But that's not how I and we here at Nexus operate. It's all about relationships. It's all about sustainability, and it's all about impression. Are you going to want to engage with this company again? Are you going to want to refer people to this company again? So, we wouldn't even be here right now if he said, you know what, man? It's a pain in the butt, but let me help you. Let me email the seller. Oh, yeah, he said check's going to be in the mail. Good luck with the property. Simple. 2 seconds. Takes more time to do what he did. Because now he's got to deal with a little bit more of me. A little bit more from buyer's side attorney. He's going to get a complaint too submitted about this behavior. So he's going to have to field that. And that's okay. He can go through that. That's fine. And it's costing more time than it should. So what we want to do in this video is hammer the point of being more than just a finish line person, especially in business. Go that extra step. Doesn't even have to be a mile, right? People say go the extra mile. This is an extra step. I'm not asking him to go relist the property and sell it again. I'm asking him to maybe it's a text message to the seller. It doesn't even have to be an email. It doesn't have to be a phone call. just go one more step to show me the quality, the content of your character. If he stepped up to the plate like a man and did that, then I would be like, you know what? What a great guy. What a straight shooter. What a team player. How experienced, how focused, how solution focused he is. Let me contact his broker and compliment him. That's what I would have done, because I recognize that. I recognize effort. I've been in the business over a decade. I've been around the block. I'm in all the cities and towns. I'm at the State House. I'm at the city and town halls. I'm involved. I know the players. I know the people. It's what I do. And all the people that I see that are successful are the ones that are doing work behind the scenes for free. No one's looking, trying to make a difference. The people like this, not me. Sorry, good luck. Where do they go? They go nowhere. They go nowhere, and they go there so fast. So keep this in mind. The next time somebody says to you, hey, Susie, hey, Tommy, do you think you could check on that? Do you think you could send me that? Do you think you could remind? The answer is no problem. I just sent the message. I'll let you know what they say. Done. Don't do that. Bad. Not sustainable. Unprofessional. You get the picture. Once again, Greg Rice here in the bucket. Your property and your cooperation managed.